Hello, everyone, and welcome to Daily Grace with Pastor James. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the word pain. Pain is something that nobody wants to go through. Of course, there are levels of pains, but whatever type or kind of pain or the severity of the pain, nobody wants to go through pain. Nobody. But then, when you look at pain, it has a purpose. For every single pain you go through in life, it has a purpose. It is an assignment for you. Galatians 3, verse 4 says, "Have you gone through all of this for nothing? Is it all really for nothing?" That's the CEV version. The NIV puts it this way. Say, have you experienced so much in vain? If it really was in vain. The New King James Version says, have you suffered so many things in vain? If it was in vain. So your pain is never in vain. Yet, nobody wants to go through pain. Even our Lord, Jesus Christ himself, didn't even want to go through the pain. But then he just said, let the will of the Lord be done. In Luke 22, when we read verse 41 to 42, it says, he withdrew about a stone's throw beyond them, knelt down and prayed, Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but your will be done. And this is our Lord Jesus Christ. The same thing, even Paul in 2 Corinthians, when you read verse 12, when you read chapter 12 from 7 to 10, in verse 8, 3 times pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. That's 2 Corinthians 12, verse 8. So if you look at all those things, you discover that pain is not an easy thing, but then there's always a purpose. Pain can be used for a good purpose. The first thing when we talk about the purpose of pain is the pain can be used to draw you closer to God. Pain can be used to draw you closer to God. 2 Corinthians verse 1, 8 to 10. I think you ought to know, dear brothers, about the hard time we went through in Asia. We were really crushed and overwhelmed and feared we would never live through it. We felt we were doomed to die and saw how powerless we were to help ourselves. But that was good. For then we put everything into the hands of God, who alone could save us. For he can even raise the dead. And he did help us and saved us from a terrible death. Yes, and we expect him to do it again and again. The same God that did it for them in time past can do it for you again. When you're going through pain, whatever pain you're going through, let your pain draw you closer to God, because it is God that can comfort you. It is God that can take care of whatever is giving you that pain. You can also read 2 Corinthians 7 verse 9. The second thing that pain can do is that pain can draw you closer to other people. Pain can draw you closer to others. Galatians 6 verse 2 says, share each other's trouble and problems, and so obey our Lord's command. When you are in pain, you want to share with other people, those that are close to you. And when other people are also in pain, you want them to share it with you. That is why we are a community. We are not meant to do life alone. We are meant to do life together. So when you're going through pain, you have people around you in the community to actually share in your pain and your suffering. The third thing is it can be used to become more like Christ. Remember what we have read. Again, if you look at 2 Corinthians 7, verse 11. Now, isn't it wonderful all the ways in which this distress has gathered you closer to God? You are more alive, more concerned, more sensitive, more reverenced, more human, more passionate, more responsible, looked at from any angle. You've come out of this with purity of heart. And that's exactly what happened to our Lord Jesus Christ. He came out of it with a purity of heart. And the Living Bible in 2 Corinthians 4:16-18 says, that is why we never give up. Though our bodies are dying, our inner strength in the Lord is growing every day. These troubles and sufferings of ours are, after all, quite small and won't last very long. Yet this short time of distress will result in God's richest blessing upon us forever and ever. So we do not look at what we can see right now, the troubles all around us, but we look forward to the joys in heaven, which we have not yet seen. The troubles will soon be over, but the joys to come will last forever. The trouble you are going through right now is temporal. It's temporal, and the Lord will take care of it. The other thing is you can use it to help others. Never waste your pain. That pain has come your way for a reason. You can use it to help others. 2 Corinthians 1, verse 4-6. What a wonderful God. What a wonderful God we have. He is the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the source of every mercy and the one who so wonderfully comforts and strengthens us in our hardship and trials. And why does he do this? So that when others are troubled, needing our sympathy and encouragement, we can pass on to them the same help and comfort God has given us. You can be sure that the more we undergo sufferings for Christ, the more he will shower us with his comfort and encouragement. We are in deep trouble for bringing you God's comfort and salvation. But in our trouble, God has comforted us. And this is too to help you, to show you from our personal experience how God will tenderly comfort you when you undergo this same suffering. He will give you the strength to endure. And that's the thing. And then you can use it to witness to others. That's the best way you can witness to others what God has done to you in your suffering. Thank you so much for listening to me in this episode. And if it has blessed you, please do share it with others, especially those of them going through suffering right now, so that they can also be blessed. And if you are looking for a Bible-believing church, we have wonderful brethren in this place. They will welcome you with an open arms. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.